What is up, YouTube? This is Josh over here at American AF Dumpster Rentals. So, today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about FUD and what that means to me and what it should mean to you, hopefully. I get that phrase from my boy, Meet Kevin. He's got an awesome YouTube channel. I follow him. It's been a while since I watched any of his videos, but I used to watch him a lot during COVID. I found him during COVID, and he's got a great channel. If you don't know who he is, again, Meet Kevin. He's got millions of followers, I guess. But a little bit of FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt. I'm sure we're all feeling it right now. I think that it's all in the beginning stages of what's going on over in Israel with Hamas and that war going on. But I think we're going to start feeling the repercussions of it really soon. And you know, if you don't already have family that's over there or a friend of a friend, I'm sure we all have somebody that we know or somebody that we know that knows somebody else who has family over there. This is affecting a lot of us, and I think it's going to affect a lot of us even more at the pumps in the coming weeks or months because it always takes time, right? It literally always takes time for things that happen on that side of the world to come over here, and we feel it, and we feel it for a long time after too. I mean, it takes a long time to recover. You know, gas prices and fuel prices just started to go down around here. And I know it was up to like seven, eight, $9 or something like that a gallon in California. And you know, I think we're all going to start feeling this really soon, and we need to make sure that we are prepared. Um, you know, I've been caught literally with my pants down 2 times in my life, and I'm going to be a little bit vulnerable here and talk to you guys a little bit about some things that have happened in my past that have really created more of a sense of urgency to be prepared when things hit the fan. Uh, I'll never forget, I was probably, I don't know, 23, 24. I think I was around 24 years old. My daughter had just been born, um, and I got into some IRS issues. I've never talked about this in the channel. I know some of you guys that know me pretty well might know this, and a lot of you guys might not. But I got myself into some IRS issues, and I hadn't paid them for a certain amount of time, and they did what they do. They tricked me into finding ways on who my client base was, and everything I owned, and they took my checking account from payments that I had made. And I shit you not, from one day to the next, not only did all of the money in all my bank accounts get seized or liened, but because they knew who my clients were through a meeting that we had had with my accountant at one point to try and settle it up, they sent them a letter and they basically took any payments that were owed to me and my company. They took as part of their lien. So I went from having a really good sized business to really learning a valuable and very, very hard lesson to not mess with the IRS. But that's not the point of this video. The point of this video is at that point in my life, I went home and I'll never forget it. It was actually my birthday, and I got a bottle of Aftershock. That's the only thing I can find. It was the most, and to this day, I want to throw up just thinking about it. But I got a bottle of Aftershock. I'm not proud of it. But I slammed that thing down because not only did my world come crashing down, my business was shut down. I didn't have money to pay my employees. But when I got home that night to drink that aftershock, my electricity had been shut off, uh, and I didn't have a penny to pay it. I sat in the backyard, really, really evaluating my life, and it was tough. And that's the second worst day of my life in business, um, or tied for first, I should say. And the first worst day, or the other worst day of my life, was the day that I had to shut down my business during COVID. You know, we had 30 something employees. I had to call them all and tell them, hey, we're not going to have any runs this weekend. I had to send all my office staff, my detail staff, my mechanics. I had to send everybody home midday. And I remember that day like it was yesterday, where I told them I didn't know what the future held. I didn't know, what's going to happen the following day. I didn't know, you know, if they were going to be able to come back to a job. I didn't know if I was going to come back to the job, to the building that I owned, to this business that I had built for, at the time, 13, 14 years. And, both those times I was caught with my pants down. Let's be honest with you. I had no contingency plan. I had no backup. I had no emergency fund. I had nothing. Um, Man, I mean, I'm telling you, that day with the IRS issue, that I can still taste the aftershock in my mouth. I can still feel you don't ever want to feel that. And if you have, I feel for you, because it is literally your entire world crumbling down. Obviously, we all have, first world problems, right? We all have other issues that are more important, family being sick, things like that. I'm talking about my business life, completely separate than my personal life. And, you know, I, I didn't even after all that, back in my 20s, my early 20s or mid 20s with the IRS, I still I didn't learn the valuable lesson until COVID, where I literally had all my eggs in one basket. I literally had, my whole life savings involved into this business. And I didn't have a dollar coming in. If anything, I had people that were calling asking for refunds because, they had paid deposits towards future bookings and they were canceling on us. So we had thousands and tens of thousands of dollars going back out because of refunds. At one point, we had to shut it down and say we can't refund anybody anymore. Um, we had a seven-figure business and we came to a screeching halt. Not $1 of revenue coming in, but yet all the bill collectors, all the car notes, the vehicle notes, all the utilities, all that stuff did not stop. So the point of this video today is because I really want you guys to understand and take this to heart. Take this for what it means. Is if you don't have a contingency plan in place for your business already, if you don't have a backup, a bank account, if you don't have some sort of savings set aside from your business, from your personal, from your checking, all that stuff, um, set it up. Do something today. Do it now, because an emergency fund, it should be a minimum of 3 to 6 months worth of expenses, living expenses, all that stuff. 3 to 6 months. In a crazy world, you can stop paying everything and just bare bones food, water, necessities, right? But you want to be able to survive at least 3 to 6 months. Now, after COVID, 3 to 6 months was thrown out the window, because it did not. It lasted way longer than 3 to 6 months. Can we have another type of COVID event in our lifetime? Absolutely. It's not about if we're going to have the next world emergency or whatever it is. It's about when. Let's be honest. And if you're like me, I like to grow. I go all in. I go head first when I do something. I really do. I dive deep down, super hard, and a lot of times I don't even think about it. I am probably the epitome of an impulse buyer. Impulse buy. Impulse buy. Not gonna lie. But I throw everything I have sometimes into my business. Everything that I have, I throw it back in, because I want to grow, 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 grow. But at some point, we've got to pull the reins back a little bit. We got to say, you know what? I got to hold on. I got to hold on. I got to take X amount aside, either a certain dollar amount per week, per month, whatever it may be, or a percentage of your revenue. If you guys aren't paying attention or haven't read Profit First, I strongly recommend it. I talk about it. I may not live it 100%. I've tried and I do a little bit. I do my own way. It may not be the best way. I know it's not the best way. But I have taken that to heart a lot. And I do have, now I have my eggs in different baskets. I really do. It's not like back before. It still doesn't mean I'm not vulnerable to some sort of, catastrophe. I don't think we can prepare for everything that life has to throw at us, but we can definitely try. We can definitely have a certain amount of money set aside so that If the shit hits the fan again in the future, or when it does, we are okay for at least for a little while. Um, whether that be silver and gold, whether that be crypto, I don't know what else you can do. Save your money in a savings account, a safe or a safe deposit box. Start saving stuff up aside separately. If you don't trust the banks, find a way to save it another way. But I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, we each have our own families. We each have our own bills. We each have our own expenses. We each have our own everything. Um, I know during COVID, I decided I'm no longer living in the city. I moved a good ways out, and miles on in dirt roads. I mean, I'm not country. I still have a lot of um, luxuries in life, I guess you can say. But I moved farther out. I have animals. I have um, we can't live 100% off our property, but we can live decent, okay. I have a storage room full of emergency food from, I believe it's called Patriot. I have bought 6 months worth of food, or what do you call them? Whatever, the MRE type bags from Patriot for a family of five. Um, that kind of stuff. I mean, you can call me a prepper. I'm not a prepper, but you can call me paranoid. You can call me whatever. Those things have a shelf life of like 20 years, and I have money in different places. I really do. But this isn't about me. This is about me explaining to you guys that it's time for you guys, if you don't have it already, to have a backup plan. Do something to where you have some sort of plan to where you can survive for 6 months, 6 months or more, if the time comes. Um, that is all I got for you today, y'all. Uh, I hope you guys take this for what it's worth. Understand that I am here to try and hopefully have you guys learn from my mistakes. I have documented my journey now, moving forward as of 3 years ago, but we're all going to make mistakes, and hopefully we can all learn from each other. But enough with that. If you have anything that you can suggest to help somebody like me or anybody else watching this to help them prepare, please feel free to let me know in the comments below. I would love to hear from you guys. Um, you know, ways to grow your emergency fund faster, uh, exploring alternative like income streams. Again, having multiple businesses, having multiple streams of revenue, to me is just one of the ways that I have changed up the way I do business, the way I look at my uh, professional career, my business ventures, so that I can not have that. So that when one type of industry slows down, hopefully the other one kind of picks up to where it makes up for each other, type of deal. But let me know, guys. Am I just am I paranoid? Am I um, prepared? Am I still learning? I mean, I definitely am still learning. But let me know in the comments below. We'll see you guys on the next one. Make sure you like, subscribe, and smash that notification bell.